Hello, beautiful family. So much love to all of you. Thank you for coming on my YouTube channel and turning on that notification bell and leaving a comment each time. I really appreciate it. I haven't been on for a little while. As some of you know, I've started this fabulous project of redecorating, redesigning the sacred, this bedroom into a sacred sanctuary bedroom for this beautiful couple. And it's so much fun to pray over this vision and then go to the different stores to see each collaborative components taking part in its creation. But that's not what I wanted to come on and talk about. What I wanted to talk about was, what do we do when we can see something so clearly for our loved ones that we really love? It's so crystal clear for us, yet they're in their suffering, they can't see, and they also have the resistance. So from there, they're also not willing to take an action. And you're also aware that this behavior has somewhat of impact on you, yet you know you are to not be impacted by anything or anyone because you're to stay in your alignment, yet you're noticing, okay, there's a bit of an impact here because the resistance is so great. So I wanted to share personal experience. From a personal experience, I wanted to share that where I found this pressure that was built up, I was able to find release from that based on recognizing this exact dynamic. Okay, so if I have this crystalline clarity regarding this situation, there's a simple solution around this. And for those of you who are solution oriented, not problem seekers, but really solution oriented, and you always see the solution very easily, and you see some of your loved ones are just struggling in the problem. So when you do bring the solution, it actually aggravates them very much. So how do you approach, because from love you're sharing, yet there's this resistance. So what I did in this situation with one of my loved ones, I saw the resistance is so much greater. And whenever we see the resistance, that's where the healing has to take place. Now, whether the healing is on its way to take place, or it will take place, or is already in the process, whatever stage that is, it is what it is. The key is when you offer the, let's say, the solution which lifts easily whatever the challenge is, you have to also recognize that if they are not in a receptive mode, it will be shut down very quickly, your solution. If they're not in a receptive mode and they're, let's say, filled with more triggers, it will also be shut down. So that's something that I experienced, and I said, all right, let me back up. And I could feel that also like bounce back against me, and it didn't feel good. So what I decided to do is I sat back in meditation. I'm just going to close this. I sat back in meditation, and as I aligned deeper with my inner being, there was this immediate release that took place in me in recognizing that this individual that I love so much also has access to her own divine alignment. So I can hold the vision of this beautiful solution, and I can remain where I am in trust that when this loved one has maybe slight release his or her own resistance, will be able to also tap into this, and it will be able to be lifted from that vibration that's like spiraling in a density. It was so beautiful to experience that, and just I said, oh wow, like I just let it go, because that was part of me letting go, because I really wanted this person to be lifted up and not suffer and not create suffering for us as well. So having said that, I just want to come on and remind all of us how beautiful it feels when we see that resistance. There's somewhere vibrationally within us this resistance as well, because we so want to help, we so want to assist, we so want to really just come from our love, yet when the readiness is not there, it bounces back. And it only bounces back because our desire is so great to assist, which is a beautiful thing, yet we have to give this space in recognizing that our loved one has access to his or her own divine alignment as well. And we can hold that vision so much greater, and allowing also they move into that vision. So when they move into that vision, then there's no resistance with what you're sharing. And often they come and share, oh, this is what I came up with, and it's often very similar to what you had suggested. And sometimes you can say, but you remember I mentioned that, and if they're in a gratitude place, then they can experience that, and if they're not, then they just won't. They think they received it themselves, which is also fine. The key is the vibration is lifted, and the key is you don't have to suffer in order for your loved one to be lifted. This is very important. I hope this helps those of you who may be going through this experience. I don't know what I would have done if it wasn't for my daily presence meditation every day, sitting in this place and being able to notice what's taking place in me and aligning with my presence, so my presence can guide the way. Anyway, if this helped you any, leave me a comment, let me know, and I wish you well.